This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Dees joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, happy Tuesday. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Hanging out today in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We're at Riley Bergeson, Billings West standout, heading to the Naval Academy. We'll chat with him on the way in about 15 minutes or so. Plus, Katie Garcin-Forba will preview the Capital girls team as they get set to open up the season Friday night at home. We also have On This Day in History and so much more. So much more still to come. As we get started, you can watch on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. And as always, JasonWalkerShow.com. And if you want to weigh in on anything, you can at JWalkerSports on the Twitter. And also email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. You can also call in or text 406-209-1267. All right. Before we get started, I want to wish best of luck to a guy that's become a good acquaintance, John Miller, KBZK, a great reporter down in Bozeman. He is leaving next week to Green Bay. So he gets to go home to Wisconsin. Him and his wife, congratulations on the gig, my man, and we'll be rooting for you. There's no question about it. You're awesome. Plus, he's a vet, Marine Corps, so appreciate his service as well. So there you go. It's always fun to see these youngsters move on. Although he's not that young, but they start in Bozeman or Butte, Helena, and then they move on to bigger and better places or jobs. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, and family-owned and operated. Speaking of veterans, veteran-owned, also woman-owned. 3 divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Now, my wife and I, my wife got some property at Sealy last year, and has it been a year? I think it's been a year. Okay, anyway. But we're going to have Montana Custom Log Homes build us a nice log cabin up there eventually in the next couple of years. Now, there's 15 plus different offerings of milled log homes to choose from. You can choose from, something small, you can choose something bigger, and you can choose something like maybe 30,000 square feet, which is what their largest is to date. They also have management services. They will handcraft every log if you choose handcrafted. That's every log is scribed to fit with the next log, and all corners are hand chipped to fit together snugly. There are some amazing floor plans, and we can't wait to get ours from Montana Custom Log Homes. You can give them a call or contact them at yourcustomlog.com for more information. Congratulations to Taco Dallard, the standout heading to Montana State along with his brother, Caden, the twin. He is the Montana Gatorade Football Player of the Year, announced today, so congratulations. He is the 7th West High player chosen in the last 37 years. Dallard, 5'9", 175-pounder, 59 catches, 943 yards, 9 touchdowns this season. He also had 22 tackles, 2 picks, pretty all-around good athlete, just in general. 3-time All-State selection at wide receiver and 2-time All-State pick at defensive back, kick returner, and punt returner. He also volunteers at the school helping out and assisting special needs students, along with a 3.5 GPA. He's really good. And congratulations. Let's see. Recent winners, Dylan Rollins of Sentinel, Tommy Malott, Butte, Carson Rosted of Hamilton, Gabe Sulcer, Senior. There's been some good ones over the years. There's no question about that. So congratulations to Taco. We'll talk to his former teammate, Riley Bergeson, coming up shortly. And we'll find out just exactly how good Taco is and what he was like to play with. Montana State's Isaiah Ifanse finished tied for 7th in the Walter Payton Award voting, along with Stephen F. Austin wide receiver Xavier Gibson. Top 3 vote getters, Eastern Washington quarterback Eric Berrier, East Tennessee State running back Quay Holmes, and Southeastern Louisiana quarterback Cole Kelly. Payton Award will be handed out to the FCS Offensive Player of the Year January 7th ahead of the National Championship game down in Frisco, Texas. James Madison quarterback Cole Johnson was 4th in the voting. And that is who the Grizz are preparing for this weekend. South Dakota State running back Pierre Strong Jr. was 5th. Incarnate Word quarterback Cameron Ward 6th. Ifanse and Berrier the only players among from the Big Sky. Ifanse so far 1,434 yards, just under 120 yards a game. He had 176 in the playoff win Saturday. Just a junior. He's got 10 touchdowns this fall, 9 on the ground, and is 103 yards shy of the MSU single-season record for individual rushing yards and 374 away from the most career yards in history. Ryan Johnson leads in both. Ryan Johnson was a stud, and Isaiah Ifanse is an absolute... He may set a record that what's going to last for a while. Remember, he's only a junior. So... good stuff there. Congratulations to those guys. Okay. Your Montana Rodeo Roundup. It is brought to you by Mark Laro Photography and Joey Williams doing nicely so far at the National Breakaway Championships. Volberg native has won 2 of the 5 rounds Monday. They wrap up today. She is 7th in the average at 18.6 on 5-head, but has the fastest time of 1:07. They are being competing at the Orleans Arena down in Vegas. She's 14th in the world standings, first time at the breakaway finals. And there you go. You can watch her on the Wrangler Network today. Let's see what happened last night in the national finals. The Casey Field won again. As they reach the halfway point, he leads the world and the average. Let's see here. Those with Montana connections, Richmond champion was 9th. Caleb Bennett 14th last night. And both Bennett still sits 7th. Champion still sitting 8th in the bareback. Steerer wrestling went to... in the 5th round, Tyler Pearson went 3-6. Jacob Talley continues to lead the world. Tristan Martin has the lead in the average on 5-head. Team roping, your leaders, let's see, Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin won the 5th round. And your average leaders, Andrew Ward, Buddy Hawkins. World standings, Caleb Driggers and Junior Nagata. Montana connections, Clay Tryon sitting 9th with his partner Jake Long in the average. And sitting 6th, Clay is in the heading side in the world standings. And then Chase Tryon, rather, is 13th in the world in healing. Saddle Bronc, another great round last night. Ryder Wright went 91. Stetson Wright and Zeke Thurston went 90.5. And Ryder taking Feather Fluffer to the go-round championship for the 2nd straight year. Brody Kress leads the average, 435.5 on 5-head. Chase Brooks is in third. Chase finished just out of the money last night in ninth with an 85.5. And currently sits fifth in the world standings. He dropped a spot. But Stetson Wright continues to lead the way. Ryder Wright in second. Stetson and Ryder just bouncing back and forth. Wade Sundell hurt last night in the Grand Entry. Got tossed from his horse. Ended up fracturing a bone in his spine. He's got a spinal fracture. And he is out of the NFR now for the rest of the year. He got a fracture in his spine. Remember, this is a Wade Sundell coming back from a broken back, a very serious one from a couple of years ago. So he is out. Sage Newman, by the way, 13th in the world standings. Tie down last night, Marty Yates getting the win, 7.3. Caleb Schmidt leads the average, and Shane Hanchey continues to lead the world. Haven Medjid has struggled a little bit. He sits 10th in the world. Barrel racing last night, fast. Emily Miller-Beisel, 13.43. Haley Kinsel, second, 13.53. Lisa Lockhart was fast and missed the money. She went 13.88. Average, Brittany Posey-Tanazi leading the average now by 0.02 of a second over Stevie Hillman. And, man, it's fast. Haley Kinsel leading the world. Got a little bit of separation. Lisa Lockhart now in 12th. Bull riding last night. Wow. You talk about an amazing night in bull riding. Stetson Wright got the bull of the year and blew it up. He went 94.5 last night to get the win. I think 88 was the next closest. Parker Bredding was bucked off. He continues to lead, though, the average. And Sage Kimsey continues to lead the world. Parker Bredding in third. Ruger Piva has struggled since the first night. He sits back in the average. In fact, he's not even in. Yes, he is. He is in a tie for 8 in the average. And in the world, we've got Montana Connections, Ruger Piva 13th. Shane Proctor is in 11th. Shane beat up last night. We'll see if he competes tonight as well. So that's your Montana Rodeo Roundup, brought to you by Mark Laro Photography. And tonight, action round 6, starting at 6:45 Mountain Time on the Cowboy Channel. Good stuff. Good stuff continuing. Got some good Montana stock there from Sankey, J Bar J as well. And looking forward to a good round 6 tonight. All right, so check out marklarophotography.com if you would like to get your get anything booked, or buy his new calendars, which are out. And they're awesome. So get a hold of Mark Laro at marklarophotography.com. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and when we return, we're going to talk football Navy style. Last week it was Army with Jake Rendina. This week it's the Navy with Riley Bergeson. He joins us next here on the Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. This opening segment brought to you by our friends at Montana Custom Log Homes. Get your floor plan at your custom logs, yourcustomlog.com. Coming right back, talking football. Riley Bergeson next. Hang on.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark Laro Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklarophotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklarophotography.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Tuesday. We'll talk basketball with Capital Girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba coming up in about 20 minutes. Also on this day in history, much more still to come. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture at 1010 Dearborn in Helena. Well, it is basketball season. It's also still football season, and there is a big game coming up this week. It is perhaps the best game in college football each and every year. It is the annual Army-Navy game. And last week we talked a little rivalry with Jake Rendina, who's headed off to West Point, U.S. Army. But it is time now to welcome in a guy he's going to be playing against for the next few years, who's headed off to United States Naval Academy. His name is Riley Bergeson from Billings West. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. We were talking off the air. I actually knew your mom when she was a volleyball player in Montana State, a great little volleyball player, but I was doing PA announcing back in the day. I don't know if we ever even spoke to each other, but she was fun to watch. And your dad played golf in Washington. I can see where you get the athleticism.
Yes, I was blessed with good genes. My dad played golf, and we like to give him some crap that, golf, it's a very, very challenging sport, but it doesn't require an insane amount of what someone would call athleticism. So we like to give my dad some crap that I get it all from my mom.
I like that. I can see that too. I mean, I love to golf, but yeah, you don't have to be a supreme athlete. Your season fell a little bit short of what your full team wanted, but take me through how you feel about the season overall and your high school career.
Looking back, it's still really new. Just losing that state championship, so that was really hard on myself and the guys. But time heals, and as time will go on, I'll look back and I've been really lucky to play under Coach Stanton and the rest of the coaching staff. They've set us all up for success, and we've had a great ride throughout our high school careers. Been lucky enough to play in 2 and be a part of 1 state championship. But looking back, it's always kind of tough. Everything was falling into place except for the state championship. But overall, we had a great experience.
Oh, for sure. It's just you came about the same time as a pretty good team over there in Missoula Sentinel the last couple of years.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're a great squad.
Yep. Hey, Taco Dallard named the Gatorade Player of the Year today. What was he like to hang out with and play with?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I'm so pumped for him. He's one of my best friends. I grew up on the same street as him. Since we were born in the same hospital, just 11 days apart.
Oh, wow.
Him and Caden have been my two best friends since I was born. I've grown up playing every single sport with them, football, baseball, basketball, always been on the same team. So those two have been my best friends, and playing with Caden and Taco has just been a dream come true. I mean, Caden and I kind of ran our defense in the defensive secondary, so it was awesome just being back there with my best friend. And then Taco, I mean, where do I start? The most electric big play guy, arguably Montana's ever seen. I've seen a lot of people saying the don't kick it to Taco thing, because, opposing teams do not want the ball in his hands because he is a savage on the field. It's just been awesome, seeing my best friend, one of my best friends, succeed like that, and then ending up winning Gatorade Player of the Year, completely deserving of it. It's just been so awesome.
What's your GPA? Because his was a 3.5. What's yours?
I have a 4.67.
Wait, what? How do you get above a 4.0?
So I guess unweighted, I have a 4.0. But weighted, we do this weighted thing at West High. So if you're in an AP or honors class, it counts as a 5. And so throughout my high school career, I've taken every AP or honors class that I could and gotten A's in those. So that's why it's a little bit above a 4.
Do you get your brains from mom or dad?
That one is really debatable because they both said they were getting all B's, a couple A's here, so we don't really know. I'd like to say I get my work ethic from both of them. They instilled a really good work ethic in me, which helps me not only on the field but in the classroom.
We're talking with Riley Bergeson, Billings West standout, who's heading off to play football and serve our country in the United States Navy. You committed back in the summer. Why so early? And really, let's start there. Why so early?
Oh, gosh. The first week after we finished school that Saturday, I was on a plane and headed to Annapolis to go on my first recruiting trip. And the minute I stepped on campus, I told my parents, I was like, we can cancel the other recruiting trips to the other colleges I have because this is the place I want to be. Sadly, they did not let me commit on the spot. But when we got home, every day I'd be like, come on, you got to let me. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. And they did let me. So I was able to commit in that early second week of June.
What other schools were you looking at or were looking at you?
I had some recruiting trips to the United States Air Force Academy, Princeton, Yale, and Boise State, and then U of M, MSU, and NDSU.
Ooh, so did any of the FCS schools locally have any chance at you whatsoever?
Since Yale and Princeton were in the FCS, those were obviously up there. But after I got offered from Navy, it was a dream come true. Talking with my recruiting coach, I remember getting that call. It was right after I explained to him how ever since my freshman year, it's been the place I wanted to go. I watched the Army-Navy game that year and looked at my dad, and I was like, Dad, I know this is a crazy, crazy thought, and it's way in the future, but that's where I want to end up. And thank goodness everything fell into place, and it's where I'm going.
That is awesome that you've known. Was it what made it for you back then when you were a freshman? You're watching this game, and was it the uniforms, the style of play? What was it?
Oh, no, it's definitely not the uniforms. I mean, they got some great ones, but I'm definitely a Nike guy. But just honestly, the culture. Obviously, two great football teams with Army and Navy. But I liked watching the pregame videos and everything. Those kind of set the tone for me of what it's all about. It's not just in football there. A common phrase I hear is, it's the only game in the entire season when players on both sides of the ball are willing to die for the other. So I think that's it's a heavy, heavy topic, but it's so true because the culture and the character that's instilled at both the academies is second to none. And I think that I can grow so much more as a person at one of these places rather than what some would call like a normal college.
Right.
And not only that, but it's great academics and great opportunity. What they preach, what Navy has preached to me since recruiting me, it's a 40-year decision, not a 4. Given that the stuff I learn here is going to impact me for way, way beyond the 4 years of my football career. So I just think everything that has gone into creating the culture of the Naval Academy is what really, really pushed me to decide to come there.
That is awesome because, my son's in the Army. My brother served in the Navy. Neither one of them at, West Point or Annapolis. But when you talk about this is a lifetime decision. This isn't just, hey, I'm going to go here for 4 years, get my degree, make a career out of something. This is, you can make this a career. It can be for the rest of your life, the Navy, if you so choose, because you have to serve 4 years after college, right?
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh, 5. So this is a 9-year commitment, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, but honestly, the opportunities given for these 9-year commitment far surpass anything else I could get at any other college.
No, that makes a ton of sense, and I mean, you're not just. Yeah, you're going to be playing football, and you heard last week when we talked to Jake Rendina, who's heading to West Point, football players are treated a little bit extra with food and things like that. But,
yeah.
But I mean, that's the commitment after, and, you never know where we're going to be in 4 or 5 years when you're done at playing football. So it's a big commitment and one that, I thank you for sure, for that part of it. Definitely.
Yeah, of course. I mean, thousands and thousands have gone through before me, serving my country, protecting us, keeping us safe. And it's in me to do the same for them, in honor of them and for the ones that come.
That's awesome, man. Riley Bergeson joining us. He's heading to the U.S. Naval Academy after graduation. All right, so where did they recruit you to? Are you going to be playing in the backfield? Or, the defensive back?
Yes.
Okay.
It's, they run a little different defense. My position is called a striker. It's really, the biggest hybrid position you could think of. I line up back at free safety. I'll line up at nickel, strong safety. In the box, there's an inside linebacker, and I'll be blitzing off the edge.
Nice.
It's a really, really dynamic position, and I am so excited for it. They say it offers a lot of opportunities to not only play, but make plays on the field. So I'm really excited for that.
That is super cool. And you face a weird kind of defense every day in practice too. It's, there's not many teams that run what Army, Navy, Air Force, what you guys like to do. So it's going to be a fun every day for the next few years for sure. All right.
Definitely.
What are you looking at after graduation of football? What are you looking at to do in the Navy?
So I plan on getting an aerospace engineering degree.
Okay.
So after that, we get to request jobs. Most of the time, midshipmen get them. But I plan on being an aerospace engineer. So I'm going to choose a path that best sets me up for job opportunities after. And if I happen to fall in love with that job, then I'll just stay in the Navy.
Well, yeah. It's, here's the thing is, and I tell my son this, It's a little different circumstances, but you could make a career. You're retired at 38, and then you get that pay after retirement, but then you go get a government job, and you're getting double. I mean, it's just there's so many benefits to being in the service academies. It's and just in general, it's awesome. So with that aerospace degree, is that piloting or no?
No, it's more on the engineering side.
Okay.
It's, the physics and chemistry, flight, specifically space flight. If I want to go on my own after my 5 years, I plan on working for NASA, another government affiliated agency, and or SpaceX. I think those two companies are, just not only pay wise but experience wise, two of the greatest out there. And based on some of my research, two most recruited schools that SpaceX and NASA go after are the Naval Academy and Air Force Academy. So I'm hoping that sets me up for an opportunity there.
Well, you got like a 15.0 GPA, so I kid a little bit. Hey, all right. Better uniforms this year, Army or Navy?
I got to go with my guys.
Okay, because they're both pretty sweet.
Yes, they are. I thought Army's had a really, really cool message. But, I do love my Navy. Navy and red and gray, going after the naval aviation. And then what's really cool about the Navy is you think of the greatest ground forces in our military, air forces, and sea forces. Obviously, the Navy wins in the sea. Then we got the Blue Angels in the air, the best fighter pilot squad, and then you got the Navy SEALs. So I just think that's pretty cool. Like, on the ground, air, and sea, what we think of as our greatest fighters are all from the Navy.
Well, and you also give the Marines a ride anytime they need because they don't have their own stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We bring those guys on over wherever and let them wreck shop, and then we'll come in.
Hey, just remember at the end of the day, and I told Jake this, remember at the end of the day, you guys are all on the same team. So. Yeah,
exactly.
All right.
That is the thing.
What's the score going to be this weekend? I know you're picking Navy. I don't know who to pick because I've got allegiances to both. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. But what's your score prediction?
I thinking of it. Army's been a pretty solid team all year. They've had a great season. But Navy has lost 4 or 5 games by 1 possession. Some of those just coming on a field goal. They lost the number 4 team, or I don't even remember what Cincinnati's ranked anymore, but they lost to Cincinnati by 7 points. So Navy, I feel like they had a really tough start to the season, but they're having a great comeback this second half. And, the majority of the games they've lost, they could be bowl eligible without a problem if, these 4 or 5 games just flipped 1 possession. So I think it'll be a tight one. Navy coming out on top. I'm going to give it, and I think our defense is playing really, really well. So probably 24-17.
Okay. A 1 possession game. I like that. Like I said, I can't decide who to choose. So I might have to go Army this year just because my kid is still in the Army. So
hey, I completely understand. They've record-wise, they've had a better season, but I trust my guys, the coaching staff, everyone I've met, great people, great coaches. I got to go with my guys.
All right, I got 2 requests for you. One, I need to get you and Jake to each, once you get to your respective places, I need a helmet. So we got to talk to the coaches. I got to have an Army-Navy helmet hanging somewhere in the man cave here. And also, yes, I flew with the Golden Knights, which was really cool, the parachute team with the Army. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to be flying with the Blue Angels. So I need you sometime in the next, 10 years, or so, set this up for me so I can go I can go fly with the Blue Angels.
All right, I'll get in touch with someone. Probably by the time I'm a senior, probably shouldn't go walking in as a freshman and be like, "Hey, you gotta give me the Blue Angels for a weekend."
Yeah, we're going to Montana, folks.
Yeah, hey, we're just where you guys want to be, Montana. We're heading over. Let's go.
Yep. Exactly.
I'll pull some strings by my senior year.
I like this. All right, tell me what it's going to be like real quick. That first time that you suit up, put that uniform on to play football. I mean, the uniform for Navy is pretty cool just in general, your BDUs and all that stuff. I don't know what they call them in the Navy, but your first time you put those pads on, the helmet, all of that, what's it going to be like? And then the possibility of having to tackle Jake Rendina.
Oh, gosh. Jake and I are pretty good friends. I don't know. Jake and I, we met a few years back. I got a cabin up on Flathead, and he's in Kalispell. So we see each other over the 4th every year. He actually came through Billings on his way to the NDSU camp and stayed with the Dallards and I. We hung out with him. So we're pretty good friends. So, it's going to be pretty crazy. Of course, before and during the game, it's going to be, we're, opponents, but afterwards it's going to go back to that friendship. I'm really excited for it. The guy's an animal. Hoping I can get lower than him, because if I don't, it's going to be not good for me. But going back to putting on the pads, I remember on my recruiting trip, I got to take pictures in the pads and putting them on. I mean, they're just a really plain uniform, just a solid gold pants, solid navy top, and solid gold helmet with no stickers or anything. I remember putting that on and looking in the mirror, and I just got immediate goosebumps. I was like, wow, I cannot wait for the next 4 years to be wearing this uniform on Saturdays. And then not only that, but you look at the Air Force Navy game and Army Navy game, they get some pretty sweet uniforms for those. So I'm excited for those too.
There's no question about it. Man, we wish you the best of luck out there in Annapolis. It's super cool, and it's just a pleasure to chat with you because of what you're doing, man. It's a big sacrifice, and you're the one making it. There's a lot of guys that aren't, and gals too, but it's going to be a lot of fun for you, I'm sure, too, and to get away from mom and dad, and at least for a little bit.
Yes. It's a lot, but it'll be worth it.
So, are you playing hoops then, or are you done for just now that you're focused on football?
So I got a couple hip surgeries my sophomore and junior years, and so I couldn't play basketball those years. And this year I just decided, I think I'm just going to lift and try to put on a little weight and a little muscle, and then I'll run track.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Makes all the sense in the world. Take it easy over the winter and just bulk up, right?
For sure.
Hey,
for sure.
Appreciate it, and I wish you the best of luck, my man, and hopefully we can check in down the road when you've been there for a little bit and get settled in.
Definitely. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
My pleasure. That is Riley Bergeson. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Katie Garcin-Forba joining us next. Hang on. Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark Laro Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklarophotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklarophotography.com. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
Jason Walker Show continuing on a Tuesday on this day in history coming up. It's always fun talking with high school kids that have an idea of their life. And Riley Bergeson today, man, that was fun. If you missed any of it, we'll put it up online at jasonwalkershow.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, The Jason Walker Show, on the Twitter, at The Jason Walker Show, also at JWalkerSports. There is basketball this week. Yep, it is underway. Everybody got started last week. The AA starts this week. That includes the Capital Girls, who will host West Holmquist, and the Gallatin Girls Friday night. And talking about her team is joining us now on the Jason Walker Show, Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Her name is Katie Garcin-Forba. And we had a chance to catch up a little bit earlier to talk about the team. Well, Coach, how was your summer? Because it's been, I don't think you and I have talked since March, maybe. So how are you?
I'm good. We've been good. We did some traveling this summer, had to travel basketball in June and July, which was awesome, just to work with the new kids that we have and kids that are going to step into important roles for us. And again, just did some traveling and enjoyed the Montana summer a little bit. And my family all moved up here from Idaho, so that's been an adjustment, but it's been awesome. And it was really good. How about you?
It was good. It's been fun. Just having, like I said earlier, a 3-year-old is keeps you on your toes, and we're having a good time. So it's been fun covering football, but now it's time to talk some hoops, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Your family's all up here now, though, right? So now I can get some good secrets and about that rodeo star, Katie Garcin.
You definitely can. And ironically enough, my brother is going to help out with our team this year. And he came from coaching in Idaho for 10 years and at the Capital High School down there. And so he's going to help out and fill in for our volunteer coach who retired after last year. And we've got a niece and nephew who keep us on our toes, and the whole family, and it's been great. Now you can really dig in and get any sorts of secrets that you want.
This is going to be this might be the best year in my history of covering you for the last 3 years. Just saying.
Yeah, because of that, or?
Yes, absolutely because of that. I'm a little bummed though. We didn't get out and go golfing this summer.
I know.
You don't call, you don't text, you don't write. I mean, I'm just saying.
I feel like that's mutual, though. I mean, I feel like it has to be a two-way sort of thing. So next summer, we just have to be better about that. We'll be better accountable.
And the recipes and all that, kind of just, it's like you forgot about me.
Well, again, I think this is a two-way street. So
we're talking with Capital Girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba about the season, which starts on Friday night at home. Okay, the Capital boys are going to be really good because they have a lot of experience. This might be we'll find out how good of a coach you are this year, I think, right? Because you don't have all the studs and the horses to rely on this year, but you do have some good talent coming back. Tell me about your team.
We have some really good talent. We're a bit younger, but younger can be a good thing, too. We get to build on experience, and we get to, we have a lot of girls that were there with us for our state title run. They were in our practices last year that were super competitive, and they were going against those players that we graduated. So I think the biggest difference is we are going to look different, and that's okay. And we've been trying to prepare our kids for that transition when we didn't have the twins anymore and have, that bigger post in the paint. But we still bring back some really talented kids who have been a part of our practices and our program and got some valuable varsity time. So we return, Kayla Almquist, Parkland Heller, and Rachel Stacy, who all saw the floor for us last year. Brandy Carlson, who's a senior, who's come in really, really strong this season. And then Megan Swanson, they both saw the floor for us at different times last year at the varsity level. So, that won't be a surprise for them. We've got a really fun little point guard in Catherine Emmert. She's just come a long ways as a sophomore and had a great off season. And then we've got Jada Clarkson, who joins us. She transferred in, and it's Alexa Welch's cousin who played for us, 8 years ago, who just brings another dynamic guard to our program. And then we've got some really good, talented sophomores and juniors that will help kind of fill in the rest of that mix. And I think there's a lot to be excited about. We'll play fast. we'll push tempo, shoot a lot of threes, and just get teams on their heels defensively.
The last couple of years, like I said, not easy, and it's never easy in the AA, but you knew what you had, you knew what you could go to game in and game out, and who you could rely on. It's great that some of those young ladies have that varsity experience, but they still have to be proven, and Friday night is going to be that first test. But what do you tell this team, because they are unproven?
With the big thing for us is they're unproven at the varsity level maybe, but we've had a lot of success in our sub-varsity. We've lost 15 total sub-varsity games the last 3 years, which I think is something that they've had success at those levels. These girls know how to win. They've also had success in other sports at the varsity level. And so, it's a different sport, but the expectation stays the same. And we've told them that, we have a tradition that it's built a foundation for who we are. They've been a part of that foundation that we've been building and have maintained. And so the expectations and our goals for the end of the season are no different than what they've been the last couple of years. But I also think it's really important that we've told them we don't expect to be the same team as last year, and that's not a bad thing. We had, some very talented players, but we also have some players that can step up and be big-time players for us. Now is their opportunity to do that. And so that's really been the message for us as we go into this off-season or into this preseason. We've had, we'll have growing pains and we'll have moments of, where we may not be where we want to be at. But, our goal is to be playing our best basketball by March. And it's a group of girls. They come in, they work really hard every day in practice. And, we have multiple players on any given night that could go on a little bit of a scoring spree for us, which I think is actually going to make us a little bit harder to scout because we have different players that can step up and make plays and give us a little bit of, diversity offensively.
Capital girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba, our guest here, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. All right, so I'll try all year now not to talk about youngness and growing pains and all of that, because Capital does have a tradition. Capital does have that expectation to win. These girls know that. They've been in the program for 3-4 years at some of them. Mm-hmm. So this is even growing up watching the Capital girls before them. So I'll try my best not to mention how young they are this year. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. It'll be easier once you start winning. If you just start winning right out of the gate, then it's not going to matter.
We want to be playing our best basketball in March, and you're probably going to hear that from me throughout the season. And me, my coach speak. You always give me a hard time for it, so it sounds a little different this time. But no, I think they're coming in focused, and they're coming in really ready to take advantage of the opportunities that they have now that we've had some of those girls that have been ahead of them have graduated. And I think it's really cool to see different players stepping up and, just trying to fill some of those roles for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you sound in midseason form already with your coach speak, so I love it. All right, tell me about Gallatin Friday night. They're in their second year. These are going to be like their boys. They've got everybody back. They didn't graduate anybody. Mm-hmm. So what do you expect from the Raptors on Friday night?
I expect them to be really disciplined and well coached. I think that Wes will have them super prepared. They're similar to us. They're not as big as other teams, so they're going to have to push tempo a little bit. And I expect them to try and pressure us and, just try and be the aggressor and then, look to push tempo on the offensive end. But when they don't get those looks, I expect them to be very disciplined and efficient in their offense and be defensively, just very prepared for us. So, a different look, but very similar, I think, to what we will look to try and do this season. And, it'll be fun just to start things off and see where we're at and see where we build from.
With Coach Wes Holmquist down there, have you talked to any of the guy coaches, like Coach Holmquist, for instance, about his style and how he likes to coach and what to expect on the sidelines?
Yeah, I've talked a little bit over the course of the summer with other coaches and stuff like that. We actually played their team this summer at MSU, which was great. But, I've watched him coach on the boys' side, as long as I've been in Montana, and he's always been coach. And so I've seen, the success that he's had with the boys' programs and how he's tried to approach it, coaching from the girls' side of it. And there's a lot of similarities there, but he's made some adjustments that I think are important when you're going from coaching boys to the girls' side of things. And so I have an idea of what, they'll try and run and what his style is. But, he's had to adjust as well based on what he's got on the girls' side and what their strengths are versus, when he was at Bozeman coaching the boys. So I think that he's done a nice job making those adjustments. And they'll be young as well. And they've got some seniors on their squad this year that, were seniors playing from last year. But, I think that he's had to make adjustments just based on how they were last year and what they'll get out of what he's looking to get out of his girls this year.
How do you see the west side of the state shaping up this year? Who's a favorite?
Well, I think, Hellgate comes into it just with who they return. They've got a lot of size back. They've got, their guards that have now been 4-year varsity players. I think that they come into it as the favorite. And I think our field is really wide open. Flathead's going to be better this year. They return almost everybody, and they've got some really talented players. They're well coached, so I expect them to make a little bit of noise. But I think that there's a lot of opportunities for teams to make noise of their own. And I've told our girls, there's no reason why we're not in that mix ourselves. And, on any given night, any team is beatable, and so we just have to go at it with that mindset.
Well, you've got a tough non-conference portion, and then you open up with Hellgate, and we'll obviously chat about that. That's a long ways away, January 6th. But what about the eastern side of the state? We know how good West has always been, and I guess that's about it over there. Oh, the Bozeman girls.
Well,
but
Skyview will be tough with returning Brooke Berry. They've got a really talented their post player. She's only going to be a sophomore. She's going to be tough over the next couple of years. So I think Skyview is going to be good. I think that West will be good. And I'll be curious to see, how the Great Falls School teams, come out this year. And Bozeman obviously has a new coach. So I'll be curious to see what she has them kind of running and what to do. But I would expect, I think the two top teams out of that side are definitely Skyview and West. And we look for them to be the two top coming into it, in the postseason.
We know how good Hellgate has been, but what about Big Sky?
I think they've got a really good coach that has come on board. And I know that with JC deciding to go play pro ball in Puerto Rico, which I think is a great opportunity for her, and I think she'll really get a lot out of that. The new coach that they brought on, he was under Karen Beaton at Sentinel for a lot of years, and he knows how to win. And I think that he can change that culture around in that program and start building a strong foundation, which, is a big thing to being able to build. I look at what, Rob Henthorn and Brady have been able to do at Hellgate, and they were, in a similar situation not that long ago, and they've rebuilt it to be, a powerhouse the last couple of years. So, it definitely takes consistency and having somebody that will be there for more than just a year, and to try and build that foundation with that program and getting into the younger travel teams and starting to get them doing what they're trying to run and building and developing players that way.
Okay, I know you're going to get nervous. Coaches always get nervous first game of the year. But is this nervousness go back to your first game as a head coach, or is this just typical every first game nervous?
I think it's typical every first game nervous. I know this first game doesn't dictate our season. It dictates how we improve, and it gives us the opportunity to grow from it. And so I look at preseason, we'll have had exactly 10 practices before our first game. I think a lot of coaches were actually pretty anxious about that in a AA just because it's a quick turnaround. I think that this shows us where we need to improve and how we continue to grow as a program. So, we want to win every game. Obviously that's every team's goal, but for us, we want to see how we can step on the court and get better every game. So I would say, there's no, I'll be anxious. I think it's more an excited nerves than anything else, just to be playing again. But I think after coaching a state championship and just the anxiety that goes with that, and, the expectations of last year's team, and, we definitely, you don't win it all. You feel like you underachieved a little bit. Those nerves, I think it's different nerves compared to that. And, we get to just see where we're at and then build based off of that.
You get to have fans in the stands again, too, so that's always a good thing.
It is always a good thing, absolutely.
Yeah, packed houses are better than 25 people.
Yes, having 20 people in the stands.
Yes, and hearing everything you say.
Yes.
Which is, we don't want that. Hey, thank you. Congratulations for making it to another year and and being on the show. I look forward to chatting with you each and every week, barring a couple of Tuesdays that you actually will play. But yeah, I hate that schedule, by the way. Let's just play. Can we do Fridays and Saturdays? Yes, Fridays and Saturdays. That's when basketball's supposed to be played.
I know.
Goodness. All right. Hey, good luck Friday. We'll chat next week. And, I was going to ask you about Rodeo, but I'll wait till next week. How's that?
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Thanks for having me on the show. As always, I appreciate it.
That is Katie Garcin-Forba joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Capital Girls home Friday night taking on Gallatin, the Raptors. It'll be a fun one. Looking forward to it. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It is your home. It is your auto. It is your life, and Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena for all of your insurance needs. Stu on this day in history. It is brought to you by Mountain Nutrition, and Mountain Nutrition opens 7 to 2 Monday through Fridays. Great teas, great shakes, and healthy. Healthy. That's what it's really all about. I know of a lady who has been, since the summer, going to Mountain Nutrition, 3222 Centennial Drive in Helena. But she's lost over 30 pounds just by getting a shake instead of the coffees in the morning or the junk. The shakes are healthy, like 200 to 300 calories. They're really good. Also, the teas are really good, and they come with a metabolism booster. 21 vitamins and minerals in both the shakes and teas. And Mountain Nutrition. It is December 7th. It is World Trick Shot Day. It is also National Cotton Candy Day, but more importantly, it is National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. It's been 80 years. 1907 on this date, Eugene Corey, the first ref in a boxing ring. 1930 PGA Championship, American-based Scotsman Tommy Armour defeats Gene Sarazen, one up in the final for the second of his 3 majors. 1937, the Boston Red Sox acquire the contract of 19-year-old Ted Williams. 1985, Australian Open, Martina Navratilova beats Chris Evert for her 3rd and final Aussie singles crown. 2017, former U.S. gymnastics physician Larry Nassar sentenced to 60 years on child pornography charges. And 2020, breaking, the competitive form of breakdancing confirmed as an Olympic sport for the Paris 2024 Games. Breakdancing. It's only about 35 years too late. But watch the movies Breaking and Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo from the 80s. Those are great movies. Happy birthday, Johnny Bench, born on this date in 1947, the great baseball catcher with the Cincinnati Reds. Larry Bird's birthday today, a great shooter, ball player, born on this date in 1956. Herman Meyer, born on this date in 1972, the 2-time Olympic gold medal winner at 1998 Olympics. He was born in Austria. And in 1973, Terrell Owens born, the NFL wide receiver. James Madison elected the 4th U.S. president on this day in 1808, and on this day in 1836, Martin Van Buren elected the 8th president of the United States. That is on this day in history. It is presented by Mountain Nutrition. Check them out on Facebook, MTN Nutrition, and on Instagram, MTN Nutrition MT. If you check in, you get $1 off your drinks. And it's a great place. 3222 Centennial Drive in Helena.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Unbelievable Cajun food, the best this side of Louisiana. Stop in and visit Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena. On this date, 1941, the Imperial Japanese Navy, with 353 planes, would attack the U.S. fleet at Pearl Harbor Naval Base in Hawaii, killing 2,403. And a tremendously sad day in American history. Today is the 80th anniversary, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. It's been 80 years, and it, for many, feels like it happened yesterday. We appreciate our armed forces and those past, present, and future that serve our great country, the greatest country in the world. Cafe Zydeco would agree with that. So if you get a chance to say Remembrance of Pearl Harbor, do. Just don't watch the movie. The movie was terrible. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed today. We had a good time talking with Riley Bergeson about the U.S. Navy and football. Katie Garcin-Forba. Tomorrow, Alex Eshelman, that's what she said. We'll get you ready for the Cats and Grizz playoff games. Wayne Brooks will join us. And maybe a couple of surprises as well. We are going to talk Sean Thornton, the former Boston Bruin, will join us. He's got a new book out. It's either going to be tomorrow or Thursday. We'll talk to Ty Ridgway Thursday, the East Helena boys coach. They got the first varsity win. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Good luck in the Montanans and the rodeo tonight. Stock and athletes. Humans. Hey, we'll do it tomorrow again. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Remember Pearl Harbor. And we'll see you back here tomorrow at 4.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.